How's it going, everybody? Too Spooky here. Not long ago, I made a video about Kekkei Genkai, and in that video there was one instance where I mentioned both Obito and Toby separately. And after that, there were quite a few of you in the comments who were very confused by this, because Obito and Toby are the same person, right? Well, I'll be answering that question in a little bit, and I hope to bring forth a little discussion about it as well. So in this video, we'll basically be discussing and explaining Toby, but I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet. When Toby first appeared, he was introduced as Datara's new partner following Sasori's death, and during his early appearances, his personality was very goofy to say the least. Now, skipping ahead quite a bit, we later learned that Toby was actually Obito Uchiha all along, and this is where some people get the idea that Obito really is Toby, but in all honesty, that isn't actually the case. To put it simply, Obito is not the real Toby, and the real Toby is the spiral-patterned White Zetsu. Back when Obito was first rescued by Madara, we meet the real Toby for the first time. He is also very goofy, much like how Obito acted when he took on the alias of Toby, and because of his appearance with the swirly face, Obito nicknamed him Guru Guru, or Swirly in the English dub. Toby later helps Obito by letting him wear his body, because Obito wasn't strong enough to help his friends quite yet. And, well, we all know how that went down. But after that, we see Toby one last time, which is when Obito is using the alias of Madara Uchiha to try and convince Nagato to join their quest for world peace. During this encounter, Obito is still seen wearing Toby, and after this encounter, we don't see Toby again until he is fighting in the 4th Shinobi World War, specifically trying to buy some time for the Ten Tails. And once Toby's job was complete, he is seen rejecting Yamato from his body, showing us that he was using Yamato's body for power. And then after the infinite Tsukiyomi was dispelled, Toby is seen for the final time disintegrating. So I do understand that a lot of you probably didn't think of this White Zetsu as Toby due to his lack of screen time. But again, to put it simply, Obito isn't really Toby. Obito merely went by the alias of Toby while he was posing as a member of the Akatsuki. But at the same time, he was also going by the alias of Madara Uchiha to certain people. My guess as to why Obito took up the alias of Toby was because no one except for Black Zetsu knew who the real Toby was, and therefore it was easy for Obito to imitate Toby's appearance and happy-go-lucky attitude. And although we have no proof of this happening, I believe it would have been easily possible for Obito to swap out with the real Toby at any time, and have Toby merely fill in for Obito as Toby in the Akatsuki, if that makes sense, because nobody would realize they were different people because they acted the exact same. Again, we have no proof of that actually happening, but I'm curious to know if you guys think that's a possibility. Now, I'm sure some of you are still thinking to yourself, well, just because Toby is a completely different character from Obito doesn't mean Obito isn't Toby, because he did call himself Toby for a big chunk of the series, so that means Obito is still Toby. And I understand why you would think that, but let me ask you this then. If Obito is Toby just because he went by that alias, then does that mean that Obito is Madara as well? Because he did also go by the alias of Madara for quite a while. The answer to that question is no, because that would be far-fetched. We know for a fact that this is Madara, and we also know for a fact that this is Obito. So we know that Obito isn't Madara because Madara is a completely different character. So saying that Obito is Toby is just as far-fetched, because we know that Obito and Toby are two completely different characters. So essentially my whole purpose for making this video was so you guys could understand that Obito and Toby are in fact two different characters, because some of you guys apparently missed that while watching or reading the series. But at the same time, I also want to say that it is still okay to call Obito Toby. You just need to understand that Obito was just using an alias, and and was not in fact the real Toby. So as long as you guys understand that, I have no issue with you referring to Obito as Toby. And to make it easier for everyone, here is what I propose. We should all refer to the actual Toby as Toby, and Obito's rendition of Toby as Tobito. With this term, we can finally end the confusion. So let's all make a difference and comment hashtag Tobito in the comment section down below. So hopefully that cleared some things up for you guys, and hopefully you now know the difference between Toby and Obito. I know many of you guys out there were already aware of this, but unfortunately not everybody was. So I felt the need to make this video to help clear up the confusion. Anyways, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed or if you learned something new. I would really appreciate it. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you can be notified about that next video. Feel free to follow any of my social media, the links are in the description. And if you cannot get enough too spooky content, well, make sure to click here for 10 facts about Conan. And if that's not doing it for you, click here for all the Kekkei Genkai in Naruto explained. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video today, and I will see you all soon with a new video.